model the business process. We have to create an activity diagram to model the process of a study case. To do this, you must select File, New, Object in the main menu or Ctrl-N. You'll be shown the following dialog. As shown, within the BPM category, you'll find the object type Business Process Diagram. Choose it and name it Flight Ticket Reservation. Press Create. After you've created the Business Process Diagram object, you must include the symbols that will define the process. The notation used for the diagrams is BPMN, Business Process Modeling Notation. This is a basic description of the main symbols to start the modeling. Task. Task allows you to represent a work that is carried out in a process of business. It is classified into 3 types. None. It is the default value. It means that it has not been defined yet whether it's going to be executed by a user or a procedure. User indicates that the task will be executed by a user. Script indicates that the task will be executed by a procedure. Start event starts a process. End event ends a process. Gateway allows you to control when a process diverges or converges in several roads. To mark the beginning of the process, you must drag a start event symbol from the toolbox to the diagram. Next, you must insert a task that represents entering the reserve. By selecting the task, you can modify its description in the name property or pressing F2, for example, reservation. Then you must join the start of the process with the task entered. If you place the mouse on the icon, you'll see a node. Then click and drag it until joining the task to indicate the flow to follow. Tip: another way to associate the elements in the diagram is by clicking on the icon of home, for example, and choosing the activity or item you want after it. And without releasing it, you can drag it where you want to place it. The next step is to evaluate whether the client is registered or not. To do this, you must insert a gateway type symbol with a description: is it a customer? If the client is registered, the next step is to indicate whether or not the reservation is available. To do that, you must insert a task with a description: reservation availability, and then a gateway that allows you to evaluate such availability. If there is availability for the requested reservation, the process ends there. Otherwise, the flow must go back to the initial task to change the reservation details. So far, we've modeled the case where the client is already registered. In the next video, we'll see the flow when the client hasn't been registered yet.